I thought going into like the last year that we were going to get a good decade of Pats futility and not seeing them in the the Super Bowl, because that's over now. I thought we were going to get that. As it were, we are not. Lie detector determined that was a lie. We are going to get them back here in about 3 years.
Blame Josh Allen. Josh Allen, who mentored Drake Maye and, decided. I still think that's ridiculous. Like, we would all lose our minds if we heard about Dak, mentoring Jackson Dart. The fact that Josh Allen just decided to help Drake Maye come along and start beating him in the division every year.
28-16, the Massholes handle the Houston Texans. And again, kind of the mirror image of both of their games last week. It felt like New England should have been up more. Just like it felt like New England should have been up more, in my opinion, in the wild card round. And CJ Stroud with a back-to-back horrific performance. I was a little disappointed in my guy Troy Aikman. It felt like he was trying to make excuses for CJ with a hurt hand. But CJ Stroud, seeing ghosts, terrified, and immediately making Bobby regret picking the armpit to win this one.
I'm not exaggerating, I don't think, when I say he could have thrown 10 interceptions in this game. Didn't it feel like there were 5 other ones that were almost picked off? That should have been caught. This was so bad. And
is it worse than Pittsburgh?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, this is so. I had looked it up yesterday. During the season he played all 17 games. Right now he played 14, but still, he played 14 games. He had 8 interceptions, 2 fumbles all season. So he had 10 picks and fumbles combined.
10 turnovers,
He had 10 picks and fumbles combined in 6 quarters through the playoffs this year. 10! He had fumbled the ball 5 times already, or 6 times already, and had thrown for 5 and 5. It was ridiculous that he could not control the ball.
He was so awful. It kept Denver alive in my mind. I said, if Houston somehow wins this, I would give the Broncos a fighting chance because of...
Even with Stidham.
Against CJ. Against the Texans offense. And D'Amico, Choppy, you tweeted the same thing I did. D'Amico told you everything when he decided to punt down 12 with 4 minutes left.
He's just like, my defense got a better chance of scoring.
It wasn't, it wasn't like 4th and 30.
No, it was like 4th and 4 or something like that, 6.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit longer. Yeah. But they punted down 12 with 4 minutes left. You know what? I think it was 3rd and 18. Unless I'm wrong. It didn't feel like that. I have that in my notes. I don't know why I have 3rd and 18. I guess I may understand it if it's 3rd and 18, but for some reason I remember it being a little bit less.
It was significant. See, he had gotten sacked right before then, so it was with, let's see here.
It was 4th and 18. Yeah, it was 4th and 18.
So,
yeah. It was 3rd and 10. It was 3rd and 10, and then
he got sacked.
I, at one point, just like the week before with the Steelers and the Texans, I wish both teams could have lost this game. New England was 7 points off of 5 turnovers at one point. And you know what the 7 points were? The pick six.
Yeah.
Pick 6 representing 6 of the 7 points off of 5 turnovers. The Patriots had more takeaways in 3 quarters than the Jets defense had in the entire season. And it set up the conversation for CJ Stroud to be benched at halftime. That, of course, had Ryan Clark trending on the ESPN halftime set. What would you have done if you were D'Amico? What did you think was going to happen? Did you think we could have seen Davis Mills?
No. It doesn't happen in football. The baseball guy in me can't comprehend how they never pull the starting quarterback. They pull the goalie. They pull the pitcher. Some days you don't have it. Right? Some days, and they never do it in football. Some days you just don't have it. And there's nothing you can do about it. You put the day away and you go on to the next day. They don't do that in this sport. So no, I didn't think they were gonna, because this just doesn't happen.
CJ was so awful. He threw a pass that people think tore his receiver's ACL. The one where the guy had to turn back and his leg bent back, and they're like, "Oh, that's CJ just tore his ACL with the number of balls he's throwing behind everyone. He doesn't want to run. He screwed me over in the first. This is a young kid. This is a young kid who should not have Phillip Rivers' athleticism, and he just wants to win and beat you from the pocket. Now, yes, their offensive line was terrible. They were missing Nico Collins, and Dalton Schultz got hurt. So do that to any offense, right? And you're going to be limited. But you think maybe you start scrambling, maybe you start running, maybe a little street yard, backyard football. No, CJ wants to beat you from the pocket. And as you were noticing last night, you felt like he was late on a lot of it.
That's just part of being a young quarterback is that you just don't process the game as you will year 8. Dak will tell you he's a much faster processor now than he was in 2018. That's just the reality of it. CJ is in his 2018 Dak season now, so he's just not. And they don't do a great job anymore of teaching quarterbacks how to play the position at the younger levels. And it's one of the things that bothers the hell out of me. They're like, let's just find somebody who can throw and run, and I don't have to coach him up anymore.
The problem is regression. Like, it's not that it's like, oh, he's young. It's he's getting worse. He looked so at the end of the first season, that back half of his rookie year and the way he played was like, oh, this dude's next up. And he's ready to take over. And then it got worse last year, and it's gotten worse this year. It is RG3 levels of regression of just like, what is wrong with you? Why are you not the same player anymore?
I felt really bad for Will Anderson. He does not deserve this. 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He's an absolute menace out there as Drake Maye was turning it over as well. And this game, after 3, was 21-16 until we got, aside from Caleb Williams, the play of the postseason.
Anderson coming off the edge. May steps into it, takes a shot downfield, and caught for the touchdown, Keyshawn Boutte.
That was crazy. Joe Buck with the call on Fox. That was the one-handed touchdown on 3rd down against Stingley as well. That makes it 28-16. Night-night, game blouses, game over.
Yeah, This was something yesterday where it's like, we talked about how I thought the Rams were the better team pretty much the whole time. And you're watching this and going like, all right, was Buffalo better than Denver? Like, just different things. To me, it was pretty clear. I regretted picking Houston. I was like, yeah, New England's just better. And they deserve a lot of credit for it. Feels like they're a year early. Like I mentioned, last week, it feels like they're just a little early on their timing, but they are completely deserving, and they are a well-coached football team, and they act more veteran than their age across that roster would seem.
Of course, the thriller that took place on Saturday between the Bills and the Broncos actually had Sean Payton going back to the podium after the victorious post-game press conference to deliver this news.
On the second to last play in overtime, Bo fractured a bone in his right ankle. He's scheduled to have surgery Tuesday of this week, which will put him out for the rest of the season. Stiddy's ready to go. And it was the second to last play before he threw the pass to Mims.
Bo Nix gone for the rest of the playoffs after some nails throws, like some big time plays. He's over on the sideline, I think, after the touchdown to Mims, and Sean Payton said he's trying to chest bump him, and Bo's like, not right now. And Sean's like, what's going on? And then he's like, something doesn't feel right. I'm in a lot of pain. And then afterwards, Tracy Wolfson, CBS sideline reporter, she's noticing Bo with his leg up. He's not putting any weight on the ankle, and she's like, what's wrong? And he's like, that was just stressful. And she's like, you're not smiling. And he's like, well, it's just a crazy game. She's like, you feel all right? Everything fine? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then the broken ankle. Gone for the AFC Championship game. Jarrett Stidham, backed up by Sam Ehlinger.
There we go. Did I see that?
Ehlinger.
Did I see that he heard it on that play and then he broke it on the kneel down when he knelt down to get into position for the field goal?
I think that was the initial story, but it seemed like a play where he was kind of moving and rushing left was the play where it happened.
Yeah, where the initial injury happened, right? And then
I don't know if it happened.
I don't know. But
I mean, if he doesn't get that pass interference call on Tre'Davious White on the next play? Like, I mean, is he out there like on third? Like, how much longer could he have hung out there?
Well, Bronco fans are also saying there was a hold in the end zone you didn't call. That would have ended things. You didn't need to have him out there as well. But Denver loses their starting quarterback, and I'm a little bit surprised at the two lines for Sunday.
I haven't seen the Rams one.
All right. The Patriots one opened at -4.
New England -4?
New England -4.
I saw it 5.5.
The look-ahead line was Denver -1, so Bo's injury moves the line 5 points.
Which makes sense. Okay, so I heard this morning that it was initially Denver -3.5, and then it moved to 5.5, which would be a 9-point swing. And that made no sense because the largest swing ever is prime Aaron Rodgers. And that's not Bo Nix.
No.
We've never seen a quarterback swing a line 9 points. Okay, so that makes more sense.
Right now I'm seeing Patriots by 5.5 points. Bobby, guess the NFC title game spread.
I'm going to say that it is Seattle -1.
Oh,
I have no idea.
6.5.
I would have leaned more towards choppy. Maybe not that high, 2.5. You think only 1 point separation? I'm surprised.
I literally think it's just home. I think the Rams showed this year that the Rams should have swept them. They had just a complete meltdown against Seattle.
Yeah, I'm saying Seattle should be favored by more than 1. And I even think they should be favored by more than 2.5. You're guessing, and you were guessing 6.
I was thinking 6.5. Yeah, 6.5.
I think the Rams are.
I think the Rams are a tough matchup for them.
I think the Rams
they should have won that game.
Yeah, I think the Rams are just a better football team.
Well, they're not playing better though.
No, they're not. No, they've had their issues, but I mean that's
you had Seattle above them last week in the power rankings.
Yeah, they should have, and that's the thing. The Rams have freaked me out with some of the ways they played, but throughout the season, like I said, when they lost that game, that was like a miracle comeback for Seattle where they barely came, and it took special teams meltdowns from the Rams. It should have been like an easy sweep for them this year. So I guess they're not worried about Stafford.
And those teams that you division teams, they know how to. The Rams absolutely know how to beat Seattle. Like and obviously Seattle knows how to play them too. But Stafford's played the Rams, the Seahawks a lot more than Darnold's played the Rams.